What's going on, everybody? You're on once again for another episode of our Random Rants. What are we talking about today? We are talking about TikTok ban. In about 2 weeks, a week and a half, the Supreme Court is going to take up the case to hear the appeal that was filed by TikTok's owners in regards to what they're going to do. Okay, so as you may or may not know, a law was passed that, in essence, asked that TikTok's owners divest from the company, in essence, sell it to a U.S. company or else be shut down. The date for it to be shut down, I believe, is January 19th of 2025. Okay, a couple of days before Trump is to be inaugurated. This is interesting because it hasn't been done before. The United States government has never asked, to my knowledge, a company to divest from itself, or a company, a foreign company to divest from a U.S. company. Okay, TikTok, in essence, is owned by ByteDance. It's a Chinese company. Their version of a company that's as big as Google in China. Okay, they own TikTok, and here, listen. I'm a user of social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. But I got to say that I have come to love me some TikTok. Okay, I have teenage children, and they speak highly of TikTok. Many people who are, doing advertising or some type of sales through social media have bragged and talked about the level of engagement that they get on TikTok. And I have to say it is true. The level of engagement on TikTok is very significant. And I'll also give kudos to TikTok because the TikTok app is the only app on my phone where if I have another app going on, when I open up TikTok, it shuts down all other apps. I mean, it doesn't matter what you got going on. If you open up TikTok, it will start playing, right? The app is also very aggressive in connecting you with contacts. Okay, it's very aggressive in trying to cross-connect with Facebook and some of the other apps that you have on your phone. So I'll say that the creators of TikTok have done something very, very well, and it is enviable. Okay, so the case that is going to be taken up by the Supreme Court, the appeal that they're going to be hearing is TikTok saying, hey, look, don't force us to divest, don't force us to sell, right? And it's interesting if you listen to some of the players that are out to buy TikTok. You have individuals like Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin was the former Treasury Secretary under Trump, under Trump the first time. He is an executive from Hollywood, a very wealthy individual from that area, and he has put together a company that would like to buy ByteDance and would like to buy TikTok. And there's a lot of other companies out there vying to be able to buy TikTok. The price tag that I've heard is somewhere around 20 billion. Okay, now that's probably going to be plus or minus. That's what it's estimated to be valued at. Keep in mind, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, he bought it for around 40 billion. Okay, and at that time, Twitter had been established for a while. It was a publicly traded company, so it was very expensive to take it, to buy it and take it private. Okay, TikTok at this moment is not publicly traded. It is still, in essence, a private company, but like I said, it is very, very engaging. The engagement level is very high, and that's what all the kids are using now. Okay, Facebook has gone the way of much older adults, right? Instagram is still there, but like I said, TikTok has taken both what Facebook offers and what Instagram has offered, and not really what Twitter offers, but it's taken it and put it out there in front of people. And they're also, are rivaling YouTube in regards to what they pay influencers. So TikTok is where it is where it's at. I can understand why. The United States government wants it to be sold and divested because of its level of engagement. Now let's talk about why I personally disagree with that. It is not normal in the United States for the government to now tell a private company what to do with its business, okay? The idea behind asking TikTok to sell itself is because here in the United States, the government is worried about espionage. They're worried about foreign countries spying on its citizens. And this, like I mentioned, the software inside TikTok, the AI inside the TikTok app is very engaging. And, some have said that because it's owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese company, which China is a communist country, the Chinese government could ask ByteDance to give it information on the users of TikTok and potentially spy on Americans that way, okay? That's the government's angle on why it wants TikTok to, ByteDance to divest from TikTok and in essence sell it to a US based company, okay? I disagree with that. Listen, this is a private market, okay? And there's a bigger issue going on here, guys. United States has what I like to call the battle of superpowers. If you notice, the main entities that the U.S. is currently involved either directly or indirectly in conflict with is Russia and China, okay? Obviously, Russia has the war in Ukraine going on. We've supported Ukraine even though they're not directly a U.S. ally per se. China has tariffs placed on them by Trump administration, the first time that the Biden administration kept in place when they came into office. And Trump is talking about putting more tariffs on China once he gets into office. This is a battle of superpowers, okay? Next to United States, the next countries that are in line to be superpowers as well were China and Russia, okay? Russia, we've supported Ukraine, so Russia's been focused on fighting Ukraine when that war probably would have been over years ago had we not given Ukraine the support that it has. So now we have not directly fought China, but we've indirectly fought them with the tariffs that Trump started and Biden kept in place. Okay, we want them to be busy fighting these tariffs so they're not busy growing their economies. I will say that also another reason why I'm not in favor of this TikTok ban is because this is similar to what they do in China. Okay, in China, as a company that's not based in China, for you to be able to do business in China, you have to partner with the local company. And there's different ways that I guess China creates an unfair competitive landscape because it's a communist country, so it does heavily subsidize its companies. Okay, so it's not fair for a company based in China to compete with a company based here in the United States, okay? But we have to ask ourselves, are we trying to be like the countries that we despise? Are we trying to be like the countries that we say, hey, we don't like the way you do business, okay? If we want to emulate them, then let's say we want to emulate them, but we can't ridicule them for the way they do business and then turn around and say we're going to do it the same way, all right? The private market is always the best entity to make decisions. If TikTok fails as a company to turn profits, it will in essence be forced to sell itself. For the United States government to ask it to sell itself because we don't like the way their app in essence works, that is not right. That is not right. So there's so much more I can say, but I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank y'all very much for tuning in to my channel on whatever platform you're seeing this. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay blessed, y'all. Tune back in for more. We'll be talking again. Stay blessed, y'all.